What's up, everybody? It is World Series time. Welcome to the Flippin' Bats pregame show presented by Perry Ellis Fragrances. I can't believe we have made it this far. Game one is just a few minutes away. This pregame show is going to be a blast. We'll be all around here. We're at Cobo's Barbecue right across the street from Minute Maid Park, hanging out with everybody here. So come check it out. This place is awesome. Cobo's a legend. Come on over and check it out. But Alex, today is going to be a blast. This pregame show will lead up right to the game and the first half inning of the game. You can watch on Twitter right here. It's going to be a blast, so stay through it. You can watch it for free. I can't believe it's here, game one.
There's just such a different feeling right now knowing that we're at the World Series. We touched on it a bit yesterday. You just kind of look around. You see the World Series signage. You see the fans just freaking out. The moment we walked in here about an hour ago, fans are just jacked up. They are ready to go. Again, this is my first time experiencing the Astro fans up close and personal. Guys, you're pulling through. It is great to see. And I can't wait to get in there and just feel the energy and the environment of the game. But, Ben, as you said, we're going to be bringing you guys along for the whole ride. We're going to be here for the pregame. You get to watch along into that first inning.
And I was joined by Smoltz. So Smoltz is going to be up in just a little while. John Smoltz, legend, Hall of Famer. He's calling the game. Sat down with him earlier, so we'll hear from that in just a few minutes right before the game. So we got a lot going on, and the vibe is high. You mentioned the vibe is high. It's been pouring rain a lot of the day, and the vibe is like nobody cares.
Downpour. Like, not just rain. It was like buckets, torrential downpour. It looked like it was evening time in the middle of the day.
Yes.
But I got to check in with you because your brother is taking the mound very shortly here. We know how emotional and nervous you get. You seem totally fine right now.
I'm okay right now. When there's a bright light on in my face, it's kind of like all business, you know. But I will be a nervous wreck, and I have been a lot of the day. I was with my parents this morning, and
they're here now too.
There's a lot of nerves going on, a lot. So, but it's all really exciting.
It is.
You know, like
good nerves.
Sometimes you just have to like step back from a moment and think like, my brother's pitching in game one of the World Series, and I'm here to call it and work for Fox, and it's just really special.
It's pretty magical. So then let's dive into game one, because obviously this is a big deal. Your brother's looking for his first World Series win. We talked about it a bit yesterday. It's kind of crazy to think with all of his accolades, you would think he would have a win. So what's going to be the key for him to get the win here tonight?
One, I think Justin needs to get through that first inning.
Yeah.
You look back, and I've obviously been watching his career since day one, and a lot of big games, he steps up, but it's that first inning where if you're going to get to him in that first inning. And that one first postseason start earlier against the Mariners, we saw the Mariners get to him early. That's what the Phillies need to do tonight to win this game, is to get to Justin early, because once he settles in, there's really nobody better.
Yeah.
And I feel safe saying that. He had a 1.78 ERA this year. He was the best pitcher in baseball. He had an ERA well under 2, the only pitcher to do that. He was the best pitcher in baseball this year. To get to him, though, you got to get to him early, and that's what the Phillies need to do.
Okay, so then let's go specifically then with the Phillies. They obviously got to get to your brother early. What's another key they got to do to pick up game one?
So sticking on the pitching side, I think you got to get to Justin early, but Aaron Nola needs to go deep into the game. We talked last night about how the Astros' biggest advantage in this entire season is the bullpen, or in this entire series is the bullpen, right? You need your guys, especially Nola and Wheeler, to get deep into the game. So I think they have to go. Aaron Nola needs to go at least 6 innings for the Phillies to win tonight. That's a big key for me.
I agree with you there. We touched on it a lot yesterday. The Phillies need their starters throughout this entire series to go deep if they want to have a chance. But now let's go to the other side, the Astros. What are the keys for the Astros to pick up game one?
Well, one, I think I touched on it just a little bit a minute ago, but the key for the Astros, I think you win game one if Justin gets through that first, second inning unscathed. I think if he can get through that first, and you've seen it throughout his career, you get through that first inning, he dominates, but it's all about that start. So for me, first and foremost, get Justin through those first 2 innings. And if you're looking at a clean scoreboard after 2 innings and Justin's still going strong, you're going to be in trouble. So that's one thing for me there. Another key would be the bats.
Yes.
Getting Nola out early. He's their guy. Last game, that Aaron Nola pitched in the regular season was against the Houston Astros. Here,
and he
went
good.
6 2/3, didn't give up a run, and gave up 2 hits. So you're starting to see a theme here. My theme for the Phillies to win was Nola needs to go 6 or more. The Astros' key needs to be to get him out early. Sounds obvious, right? But it is true, because you get into that Phillies bullpen early, you can get some runs on the board. So look for the Astros to be swinging early and often against Nola, trying to change up what happened last start.
Yeah.
And that's what they need to do today.
I'm going to add on to that a little. I think Jose Altuve needs to step up his game. He's been batting under 100 this entire postseason. It was a very uncharacteristic over slump he's been in that he broke out of the last couple of games. But I think it's going to be really big for the Astros if they want to take it to the next level and be that team everyone knows they can be. Jose Altuve, one of their top players, has got to step it up as well.
Absolutely, and we talked about it in our preview show last night. And I said, look, Jose's breaking out of that. He started to at the end of last series. So I said, do not be surprised if Jose Altuve swings at the very first pitch that he sees tonight when he's leading off for the Astros and does some damage to it. That's when he's going his best. He's swinging early, he's swinging often, and he's doing some damage. So I agree with you completely there, Alex. Altuve needs to be better than he has in the past in this playoffs. There's just no way around that. He's really struggled. He's the catalyst for that Astros lineup, and he needs to do damage and start the series off and start that tone for the Astros offense. I agree.
And you thought he was going to be swinging early. Possible first pitch tonight.
Absolutely.
That would be fun.
I think he's swinging first pitch. Look for some damage to be done. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
If the pitch is a strike, this I will say.
Okay.
If the first pitch of the game is a strike, Jose's swinging.
I love it. We're under an hour away to Game 1 of the World Series. Can we just keep putting that into perspective? Like, we're here. We're in Houston. It is happening. This is the moment you wait for the entire season. And it is here. It's what they play for. These teams play for. These players dream of. Dreams are about to come true.
Alex, you nailed it. This is what dreams are made of. This is what you grow up playing in the backyard talking about.
Yeah.
It's the World Series. The game's on the line. They're living out their dreams. And to be here talking about it and bringing it all to you, that's our goal. Everything we experience is to bring it all to you also. We're here. Pre-game show leads up all the way through the first half inning of the game, as we mentioned. But Alex and I are going to go around. We're going to talk to some fans. We'll be in and out. This is going to be a lot of fun. So we'll be back to you in just a few minutes. But stay tuned. There's everything going on in the stadium. You'll be seeing that too. There's so much more to come. And we'll be talking to you in just a few minutes. All right, we are down here at Cobo's in the crowd. Fans are lining up. We got some to talk to. First off, thank you for joining. What is your name?
Hi, my name is Shelby.
All right, Shelby, we just came from Philadelphia where the fans were wild.
Crazy.
It was madness.
Crazy.
Explain to me what makes Astros fans better than Phillies fans.
I think Astros fans are probably the most passionate fans about baseball in MLB. So I'm excited to share the atmosphere with the nation and with the World Series. So, Astros fans are the best.
Now, the Astros obviously have a lot of playoff experience, but I know you're itching for another World Series win. So what would you give up? What's one thing you would give up for an Astros World Series win?
My job.
What? Wait, explain what your job is.
I can't go into detail.
No. Well, okay, so not the fun job, not the for fun job of the podcast host. The real job is what you're talking about.
So I am a secondary educator, so I would totally give up my entire educator salary for the Astros to win a World Series. So go Astros.
That's great. All right, game one's about to begin. I need a World Series prediction and MVP prediction for you. I think your jersey might give me a little takeaway here.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so my prediction, and I know I said this on our podcast, Astros in 6. All right, and MVP, we're going to go with the throwback, the man.
Oh, snap!
That thing is sick.
rad.
I like that.
I appreciate it.
All right,
Hold on. Wait, no. Before you go, who is your favorite Verlander? Justin or Ben? I got to know. I'm just taking a poll here.
Ooh, okay.
Gotta be honest.
All right, this is a tough one. So I am a big Verlander fan on both sides. I'm a big Flippin Bats fan. I'm going to have to go. Ben is my everyday Verlander.
Yes!
So,
Yes! I love that.
6:30 a.m. car ride. Ben is the man.
She hangs out with us, so it's fun.
Justin doesn't talk to her in that 6:30 a.m. car ride.
Yeah, on the way to teach children.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. I
Thank
appreciate
you
it.
so much. You're awesome. All right, let's turn this way. Yay!
Hey.
Hi, what's your name?
Stacy.
Hi, Stacy. Welcome.
Stacy, first question for you. We just came from Philly. The fans are madness. It's insane. What makes Astros fans better than Phillies fans?
Well, we're actually loyal and we don't eat.
Oh, you can say it.
Oh, I
Go for
can?
it, Yeah.
We don't eat horse shit.
What is that? Wait, explain. Explain.
That's not a euphemism. They actually ate horse shit when they won a championship. We don't do that here.
Okay.
We don't do that.
Okay, I would agree that would, yeah.
All right, so
We're way better. We have class. We have class.
okay, you've also been in the playoffs for a lot of years in a row. You have a World Series win in there, but I know you guys want another one. What would you give up for an Astros World Series win?
I have a 2.5-year-old here. No, I wouldn't give her up. Maybe my husband, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe him.
Two of the most important people in your life?
I thought she was going for the kid.
I'm going to keep the kid,
Okay.
but I'll give up the husband. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Oh, great.
Are you ready?
I don't know.
What do you do when your brother wins the Cy Young at his age?
This is a good question, and
I'm ready.
I've
go.
started to think about it because there's a realistic chance, but I'm very superstitious, so I don't want to talk about it. But I will cry. There will be some tears.
Okay, I love it. Yes.
There will be
Emotional
some tears
human.
shed.
I love this.
Very
Yes.
emotional human.
I get
So
it.
are we.
I'm a little emotional,
Yes.
but it's also like there's a lot that got to Justin being where he is right now and coming back. And
Well,
he thought he was done with baseball at a certain point.
He's
His
a
injury.
champion. He's a warrior, and he came back. And at the age he did, we're lucky to have him. You're lucky to have him. Yeah.
I am lucky to have him.
Your parents are lucky to have
Yes,
him.
they
Yeah.
are.
Okay.
Then I got a question for you, because obviously you're a big Verlander fan.
Yes.
Who is your favorite Verlander, Justin or Ben? And be honest. I'm taking a poll. Just be honest. Don't feel bad about it.
Oh shit.
Go. Say it.
Hold on.
Okay, go.
Justin.
Bye. All right, you ready?
Yeah. I was waiting my time.
What's
all
up, man?
right.
What's your name?
Phil.
Phil. Welcome on.
You're Ben, right?
I am Ben.
And
Ben,
I'm Alex.
nice to meet you, Phil. There we go. All right, first question for you. We just came from Philly. The fans are insane, and everybody in the world knows Philly fans are nuts. What makes Astros fans better than Phillies fans?
I think we're sane. Yeah, I know. Like they've got that song that what is it? Dancing on My Own? Yeah. We'll be dancing on our own. Yeah.
All right, so what would you do and what would you give up if the Astros win another World Series?
What would I give up?
Yeah. If you had to give something up for them to win, what would it be?
My job, my sister.
Oh!
Courtney, holla at you. Courtney, bye. I will give up my sister for another World. It's a World Series.
I hear you.
Listen, the Yankees haven't had one since 2009.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Courtney. You out?
Tough luck there, Courtney. Game 1 starts in just a few minutes now. I need your World Series prediction and MVP prediction. Who you got?
Martin Maldonado. If you listen to me all day today, he's plus 9,500. Holla at you, boys. Oh, I don't even know which website that was, but it's plus 9,500.
All right. Team and number of games.
Astros in 5.
Astros in 5.
I'm not happy about the 5th one. Maldi for the MVP.
Okay.
I love it. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, baby. We got Cobo coming in here. This is his place.
He's
So
kind of a
first
big
off,
deal.
shout out. We're here at Cobo's
Kind of a big
Barbecue.
deal.
Make sure you come before every game. Alex and I will be here. He'll be here. This place is great. The food is incredible. First off, got some different questions for you. When did you start this place? How long has it been here?
Started out in my backyard 11 years ago. We just turned a year old here 2 weeks ago.
Really?
Congratulations. What kind of love have you seen from Astro fans coming through here throughout this entire playoff run?
I mean, really, it's not even Astros fans, but just Houston fans in general. Like, we love our city. You know, like through adversity, through everything, we stick together. We make things happen. You know, we're all Houstonians. We're one of a kind, baby. H-Town versus all of y'all.
I love that. I'll ask you this. We were just in Philly. The fans there are nuts. What makes Astros fans and fans of Houston better than Philly?
I mean, I think they root out of desperation. We just root because we love our city.
Whoa. Okay.
Sorry, Alex.
No. I'm an LA native, so I'm an LA fan. Don't worry about it. But last question for you. We're taking a poll here. Who is your favorite Verlander, Justin or Ben?
Yeah, that's a good question, Alex.
Be honest.
I love Verlander.
Verlander.
I'm going to take that as a win for
I'll
me.
take that as a win for you.
Cobo, before you head out, I'm so appreciative of you. We're here before every game, and your place is incredible. The food is great, and I'm so appreciative of you to let us in. So thank you, my friend.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. You were great. We're going to keep bringing fans on us. All right.
Who we got next?
Go this way. Come on.
Oh, baby. We got Randy and Shelby. Fun fact about this, these are friends of mine from Twitch. I stream on Twitch. Now they're here in person, rocking the Flippin' Bats shirts.
I love this.
Thank you. First off, first question I'll ask you and you can ask her.
Okay.
What makes Astros fans better than Phillies fans?
That's a great question. Well, my wife would argue with this because she's a huge Phillies fan, but we are definitely more into the Astros than Philly fans. Loyal to the core.
Anything to add there?
I would say we root for other teams too. Obviously, right now it's fuck the Phillies.
Okay.
Like no Phillies, no.
Yeah.
But we're always kind to other players, other fans.
All right.
We're not just because Phillies fans have a reputation, you know.
We saw it, and it was pretty wild. Now I gotta ask. I know you guys are big fans of the pod, big fans of the Astros. What would you guys give up or do if they won the World Series?
I would get a tattoo. I've said that
An Astros tattoo?
for sure. Maybe even a Flippin' Bats, you know.
Wait, let's make a deal. If the Astros win the World Series, you get a Flippin' Bats tattoo.
Bet.
Yes! Yes!
All right. There's a lot on the line then.
There's also a lot on the line for his answer now. What would you give up or do for the Astros to win a World Series?
Man, I haven't thought about that one. I would give up my firstborn.
Just kidding. That cuts deep. That cuts deep.
Shelby, do you care to comment?
I'll give up my father. Now she's getting a tattoo. Dad's gone. I'm out of here.
All right, Randy, I need predictions from both of you. Who wins, how many games, and MVP of the series?
I'm going Astros in 5, and Justin starts game 5. My MVP is Justin.
All right.
I'm going to go Astros in 6 because I want them to clinch it home after what the fans have been through.
Okay.
And then my MVP, I'm going to go Kyle Tucker.
All right.
What was the MVP? Kyle Tucker? All right, so we got Kyle Tucker and Justin. Justin's warming up right now, by the way. Yeah, go ahead.
Are you freaking out?
I'm getting a little nervous.
Okay, all right. Last question before you go. We're taking a poll. Who is your favorite Verlander, Justin or Ben?
Boomer.
Boomer.
That's my dog.
It's like, we need a Ben or a Justin. Ben or a Justin, pick one.
Justin.
Shelby, he's the one that tried to give you away, not me. Oh, my God.
Oh, tied 1-for-1.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right.
Thank you
guys. Thank you for being such big supporters of the show. This is great. Do you want to come on? Anybody? Come one, come all. What's up, my man? Welcome
Seem
on.
a little hesitant, but we're excited to have you here.
It's going to be easy, right? First off, we were just in Philly. We just came from there. The fans and the fan base is wild. What makes Astros fans better than Philly fans?
Because we are simply better. We have better food, better city, and we're more rabid. Look at this place around here. You can't find another bar in Philly that compares to this right here, to Cobo's, to any bar in Houston. We show up to all the games, whether they're winning, whether they're losing, whether they have the 112 loss season, whether they have a 106 win season. We're always there. We show up and we show out.
I love that. That was a good answer.
All right, I got one for you. What would you do or give up for the Astros to win another World Series?
Guess I'll run. No, I would say run through the street naked, but that's easy. That's easy for me.
That's easy.
Yeah, that's easy.
We'll take it.
Let's run.
That's a great answer. No, I like that. So we'll see him. If it ends in a 6 or a 7, if we see somebody running through the streets naked, we'll know it's you.
We'll know it's me.
All right.
Boobs and all.
All right. World Series is beginning in just a few minutes now. I need your World Series prediction, how many games, and who wins the MVP.
Just because I want them to clinch it here, I'll say Astros in 6.
Okay.
My MVP will probably be Bregman. Go Tigers, man. He'll have to be Bregman. He's been clicking for the past couple of games, and I feel that he'll knock it out the park. He's been on the roll.
Astros in 6, and Bregman was my choice as well. So.
All right, well, before you go, I got one more question for you. We're taking a poll here. Who is your favorite Verlander? Justin Verlander or Ben Verlander?
Ben, of course.
Yes!
Oh! All right.
The people's camp right here.
All right.
It's always been. It's
Respect.
basically for our love for Shohei Ohtani. That's why. That is.
We all have that in common.
Yes, so it's been. It has
Love that.
been.
Love that. Hope to see you running naked down the street soon, my friend.
Yep.
Well,
Make sure y'all
you know.
censor, if it's after 11, pay-per-view only,
All right. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. All right. We got one more to bring in here.
Okay.
What's up, my friend? How are you?
Doing well.
Name for us?
Kyle.
Kyle?
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Kyle. First question for you. World Series about to get underway here in just a few minutes. First off, what makes Astros fans better than Phillies fans? We just came from the NLCS where we were covering. Those fans are nuts.
Wild.
Why are Astros fans better than Philly fans?
We don't boo our team. We don't boo Santa Claus.
I will. That was messed up.
It's messed up, right? They don't have to grease our light poles. I mean, the Astros are used to winning, so we act like we've been there before.
been there before, and you have a lot of playoff experience. So I got to know, what would you do or give up for the Astros to win another World Series?
So apparently my wife has already offered to give me up.
Oh!
So, I mean, I don't know. First tattoo, bury me in the H.
I like that.
Yeah.
That'd be great. All right, so as I mentioned, the game's about to start here in just a few minutes. I need your prediction, number of games, and who wins the MVP.
Good question. Astros in 5, and I'm going to say Altuve.
All right,
then one more before you go. We're taking a poll here. Who is your favorite Verlander, Justin Verlander or Ben Verlander?
I'm just saying, I've been following Ben for longer on social media. He's here with me.
Okay.
He gave me this great local beer. So I right now it's Ben.
Oh, snap, you're
I love
putting
that.
in the work. You're handing out beers to everybody? Of course you're going to
This contest is getting out of hand. Count it. It's done. We're out. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it.
All right,
Thank you.
one more coming in.
Oh, I think that's it. That's all we got.
Behind you.
Hi.
Come on in. Yeah. What's your name?
I'm Lex. I work at Cobo's here, so thank y'all for coming out.
Welcome. First from you, I need a World Series prediction. Who wins and how many games? And who's MVP?
MVP Pena. Game-wise, 5. I'll give it 5. Gotta give it fair. Ooh, sorry. But I said Pena is my MVP. Any more questions?
Not for me. Great.
Yeah, no, we got a couple more. What would you do or give up if the Astros win another World Series?
I will get the Houston Astros tattooed somewhere on me. You gotta hold me to that.
You've got a lot of tattoos coming on.
I like that a lot. We need pictures of all these. We have the receipts. We'll need pictures.
Yeah. One more before you go. We're taking a poll here. Who is your favorite Verlander? Justin Verlander, who's about to take the mound, or Ben Verlander standing right here? Be honest. Be honest.
I just met you. I haven't met Justin, so I gotta say you take the
Yes.
But thank y'all for coming out. Come out to Cobo's for the #1 Houston Astros party. And thank you, Mom and Dad, for the $100.
Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it. This has been a blast. We are just a couple of minutes. Game time is just a few minutes away. We are here at Cobo's, about to head over to the stadium. Predictions from Alex and I. I'm going Astros in 6. My MVP choice is Alex Bregman. Alex, what do you got?
My prediction for the World Series is going to be Phillies in 7 with Bryce Harper being the MVP, but I do think the Astros are going to take Game 1 here tonight.
Okay, all right. Phillies in 7, Astros in 6. Game time is coming up in just a few minutes. Remember, you can watch this all the way through the first half inning for free. Stick around, watch that. This has been a blast. We're heading over there. Thank you all for listening to the Flippin' Bats pregame show presented by Perry Ellis Fragrances. John Smoltz is about to join me here in just a second, so why don't we get to that now? The World Series is here. It is starting. Game 1. Let's go. I'm heading over there right now. Let's go talk to John Smoltz now. All right, I am here now with John Smoltz. John, we have made it. Game 1 of the World Series is today. Justin Verlander against Aaron Nola on the mound. First off, what a great matchup. But my question for you is, are you a little surprised that the Phillies went Nola and not Zach Wheeler in Game 1 here today?
Not really, only because if you can give one of your studs an extra day, it's been a long journey for Philly. Of course, Houston's taking care of their opponents with no losses, so they've had the rest all the way. I think it sets up well if you think about what Wheeler has done on the road. He's been outstanding. It's a flip of the coin, but I think the extra rest would help.
Okay. This team, the Houston Astros, this team is dominated, right, and won World Series to date so far. Do you see any similarities with this Houston Astros team that went to 6 straight ALCSs? They're here for the 4th time in 6 years with your Atlanta Braves teams in the 90s. That was dominant. Do you see any similarities?
Well, the only similarities are they have a deeper rotation. They have the rotation-driven, and we were basically a starting rotation-driven, but they make way more contact than we did offensively, and I think that's been a key of success for them to get here, along with great starting pitching and an unbelievable bullpen. This is probably the deepest bullpen I've seen them have, from the ability of bringing guys in left and right. They don't have any left-handers to speak of per se, but their right-handers get left-handed hitters out, so it's really a balance of great stuff. And I think they got the deepest rotation in all of baseball. It's why they've been here. It's why they could sustain the 18-inning game against Seattle. They've really done everything you have to do to win games. They don't necessarily have to blow people up.
Yeah. So Justin Verlander on the mound tonight. I am not going to be well during that start.
I was going to say, your pulse has got to be really high right now.
Just got lunch with my parents. They're not doing great, but here we are. So Justin's on the mound. What does he have to do tonight? You've been in this situation multiple times. You have a hitter like Bryce Harper who is so locked in right now in a lineup that is really clicking on all cylinders. How does he approach this game? Is it a little different with the nerves, or do you just attack like you've been doing?
No, he has every kind of weapon that you would want to expose the weakness of the other team. Now, having said that, this is a free-swinging team that wants to get stuff done early. But Justin can get the ball to the top of the zone better than any starter in baseball, and that's where some of the weakness is for the Philadelphia Phillies. Can they control the strike zone? They haven't shown that yet. It's kind of by the way they've been successful. They hit home runs, they hit in bunches, they score big runs in short period of time. I don't think that's going to be the recipe for success today. They're going to have to make sure that they control the strike zone, and I don't think Justin's going to let him do that, and I don't think he's going to let Harper beat him, because I believe he's probably got that circled. And he's going to make the right-handers behind Harper do something. When you play in the postseason, you know the other team's good. You know certain guys are hot and certain guys aren't. What you have to do is make the other guys beat you. And if they do, you tip your hat, but you don't let the Stars beat you.
With 2 1/3 innings tonight, Justin will join you, Glavine, and Andy Pettitte as the only pitchers to throw 200 or more innings in a postseason. That's a full season. Yeah. You're one of those. This start tonight, Game 1, you've been there before. When you look back on your starts in the World Series, does one stick out to you that you remember and you felt good going into? And just of any of those 8, does one stick out to you?
Well, Game 7 always does against Minnesota, but my first one was probably the most nerve-wracking because you complete the cycle, you finally get there for the first time, and you know this is it. The other ones, you're just trying to keep the team moving, trying to pass the baton on. But when you get to the World Series, you know there's only 2 teams, and you may not get 2 starts. So pitching Game 1 for me, my first game, which I believe was Game 4 against Minnesota, was a little nerve-wracking, even though I had a pretty good postseason leading into it. And then Game 7 is the ultimate. I mean, you dream of those, and it didn't go the way we wanted, but it was one of the greatest games ever.
You have been a part of many Game 1s. Are the nerves different? And I know it's easy to say, but you wake up on the morning of Game 1. Do you, who's been there a bunch of times, pitched a million times in the playoffs, is Game 1 nerves a little bit different?
Well, I would say this. Game 1 is an opportunity to start out the series in the way you want. I loved Game 1s. I don't know if I lost a Game 1, maybe because I felt like I wanted to set the team in motion and get them off to a good start. Game 1s of a best-of-5 are huge. Not as big in a best-of-7, but they're still a good tone setting for your team, especially if you have home field advantage. So you can't wait to get out for Game 1. It's actually harder to wait later in the series, I think. So Game 1, you get to get out, get in rhythm, do your thing, and then pass the baton on to the next guy.
This series about to get underway. Astros, Phillies. Everybody knows the big names in these rotations: Justin, Framber Valdez, Zach Wheeler, Aaron Nola. But outside of those 4, who are some guys you think could have a big factor in this series when it's all said and done?
Well, I think when you think about the Philadelphia Phillies and how they're kind of built, they are built on a lot of swing and miss and aggressive style. Nick Castellanos is a really good player. He has not had a really good year. He's trying to fix some things mechanically. I think if he does well, that would serve well for Philadelphia, no doubt in my mind. With Houston, they have so many more components that they could rely on. Will they get anything out of their catchers, with the catchers being so important defensively? If they get anything out of their catchers, that's a bonus. But I think mainly what Houston's going to be able to do is limit the damage offensively with their pitching. Their defense is outstanding, and they're going to try to keep the other team to solo home runs. That really is the formula for success.
All right, well, it's about to get started. John, thank you for joining me. We'll do this every day for a few minutes, so I appreciate it.
You're going to be all right. You're going to get through it.
Okay. Thank you. Enjoy the game. Have a great call, and we'll do it again tomorrow. Back to you guys. Enjoy the game. Lineup's being announced right now, so let's check that out. The show rolls on.
Now, please welcome tonight's Astros reserves. Number 9, Christian Vasquez. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's Philadelphia Phillies starting lineup.
First, please welcome Phillies manager number 59, Rob Thompson. Leading off in left field, number 12, Kyle Schwarber. Batting second at first base, number 17, Rhys Hoskins. Batting third and catching, number 10, JT Realmuto. The designated hitter bats fourth, number 3, Bryce Harper. Batting fifth in right field, number 8, Nick Castellanos. Batting sixth at third base, number 28, Alec Bohm. Batting seventh at shortstop, number 5, Bryson Stott. Batting eighth at second base, number 2, Gene Segura. And batting ninth at center field, number 16, Brandon Marsh. And in the bullpen, warming up, tonight's Phillies starting pitcher, number 27, Aaron Nola. Now, tonight's starting lineup for your 2022 American League champion, Houston Astros. First, please welcome the manager of the Astros, number 12, Dusty Baker. Leading off at second base, number 27, Jose Altuve. Batting second at shortstop, number 3, Jeremy Pena. Batting third in left field, number 44, Yordan Alvarez. The cleanup hitter at third base, number 2, Alex Bregman. Batting fifth in right field, number 30, Kyle Tucker. Batting sixth at first base, number 10, Julie Gurriel. The designated hitter bats seventh, number 26, Trey Mancini. Batting eighth in center field, number 20, Chaz McCormick. And out to the bullpen, the catcher bats ninth, number 15, Martin Maldonado. And tonight's starting pitcher for your Houston Astros, number 35, Justin Verlander. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2022 American League champion Houston Astros. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not standing already, we now kindly ask that you do please rise and remove your caps for the presentation of our nation's colors. Our honor guard this evening, a Joint Services Color Guard. And now, to honor America with the singing of our national anthem, please welcome from Austin, Texas, 6-time Grammy-nominated singer, songwriter, and co-founder of the Black Pumas Band, Eric Burton. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last streaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight would so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Well, I think it's time to play ball. It's game one of the 118th World Series next on Fox. Joe Davis and John Smoltz have the call when we return.
Welcome to Houston, Texas. Welcome to the World Series. It's game one between the National League champion Philadelphia Phillies and the American League champion Houston Astros. Welcome inside. Hope you're having a great night. I'm Joe Davis. In this matchup, on one side, there's a machine. The Houston Astros won 106 games during the regular season. They're unbeaten during the postseason. They're in the World Series for the 4th time in 6 years. On the other side, it's a team that nobody saw coming in the Philadelphia Phillies. Remember, they entered this season with the longest postseason drought in the National League. They fired their manager mid-season. They barely got into the postseason as the last team, and yet here they are in the Fall Classic for the first time since 2009. Let's get the Hall of Famer in here. John Smoltz joins us, and look, that's the backstory. I know when you look, and you can go many ways on this matchup. You look at the top-end starting pitching in this World Series, and it gets you fired up.
Oh, it does get me fired up. The hitters may not be as fired up, but Philadelphia, to get here, they did it with their top 3 in their rotation. They had a tough journey to get to this point. Probably a lot of people thought no chance. Well, those top 3 starters did it for them. They were able to beat some offenses, and they go deep in the game and shorten the bullpen. You see what they did in the postseason, 7-2. They can match the top 3. After that, the depth goes to the Astros because their top 3 is outstanding as usual. You got a Cy Young Award winner in Verlander. You've seen what the top 3 did. McCullers was shortened because of injuries, but their key to success is the depth they have to their rotation, goes well into their bullpen. Shoot, they played an 18-inning game and didn't give up a run. It's going to be a battle for both offenses.
You know, we've got a headline matchup here for the first game. Verlander, of course, for the Astros. Nola goes for the Phillies. We go to the field. Here's Tom Verducci.
Well, thanks, Joe. Over the last 6 years, the Astros have played for the pennant every year, gone to the World Series 4 times, and built what Dusty Baker calls the strongest bond he has seen between a city and a team. In this run, they've won 1 World Series in 2017, after which they were disciplined by MLB for sign stealing. Tonight begins their quest for a 2nd title and the right to be called a dynasty. Momentum is on their side. The Astros are 7-0 this postseason. They have not lost a baseball game in 25 days. The last time they did lose was right here to the Phillies with Aaron Nola on the mound. Now here's Ken Rosenthal.
Thanks, Tom. Bryce Harper was the #1 pick in the 2010 draft, a 2-time MVP, a $330 million free agent. Now, at age 30, he finally is appearing in his first World Series, one of the game's biggest stars on its biggest stage. Harper is a guy that lives for this moment. Before his series-clinching homer in the NLCS, he told hitting coach Kevin Long, "Let's give him something to remember." Only a hitter who is completely locked in would say that. Only a player enjoying an all-time great postseason. Only Bryce Harper. Joe?
All right, Kenny, and the bigger the stage we've learned, the better he's been. No stage bigger than this one. It's the World Series, and it begins next on Fox.
Welcome to the Fall Classic. We're back.
The Houston Astros headed back to the World Series.
Others have waited a long time.
The Phillies are going to the World Series.
To be remembered forever, it takes clutch hits.
Back it goes. Harper, the swing of his life.
And a little heart. Who will make history? It's game 1.
It's game 1.
It's game 1 of the World Series.
Baseball lives in our souls, in the emotions of autumn, a spiritual game.
He's got the whole world in his hands.
Played with passion in cathedrals of green grass. Heavenly lights swirling in a chorus of adulation. All the diamond treasures are here on this night, on this stage. Dreams of a lifetime coming true. From this one season, one team will be revered for eternity as a champion. Grasp the moment. Brace your faith. Face what awaits. Philadelphia, Houston, believe. Win just 4, and the whole world's in your hands. The World Series on Fox.
Well, the Texas Southern University Choir from right here in Houston getting us ready for Game 1 of the World Series on Fox. Presented by Capital One. Justin Verlander's got the whole world in his hands here in Game 1 of the World Series. The 39-year-old in his 17th year makes his 34th postseason start here tonight. And back from Tommy John, he's been as good as ever. The resume is so long. This guy's done just about everything in his big league career. Misses 2 full seasons with the injury. Comes back. There's a good chance he's going to win a 3rd Cy Young Award this season. This one, though, John, is shocking. He's made 7 starts in the World Series in his career. He's not gotten a win in the Fall Classic.
Yeah, pretty amazing. Some time has taken place since those. Look for tonight, though, against a very aggressive lineup. The key's going to be for both pitchers opposite parts of the strike zone. Top of the strike zone for Justin Verlander be key. Throws a lot of high fastballs, good curveball, slider, occasional changeup. He's a strike thrower against an aggressive team. Look for that narrative, that record to change tonight if he's on his game.
Kyle Schwarber stands in, and off we go with Game 1 of the World Series and strike 1. Kyle Schwarber, the National League home run champion, with 46 of them this year. He's hit 3 more in the postseason. His Phillies offense with 15 home runs in its last 7 games. Verlander's 0-1 is to the inside corner for strike 2.
And that's why he's so tough. We're going to show you tonight the difference between the release points of both starting pitchers and why the hitter has a different view off of Justin Verlander. His ability to pitch up and his ability to come over the top makes it tough on left-handers. Quite frankly, it makes it tough on every hitter when he's on his game.
He's got the highest release point in baseball. Way over the top. 3rd start of this postseason for him, coming off beating the Yankees in the first game of the championship series. Schwarber hooks one down the line, but foul. Yeah, that is what this guy does. He can hit it a country mile. You've seen him do throughout his career in the postseason. Here's that look from Verlander you're talking about, John.
Yeah, he gets you on a high 3/4 right over the top, and then he can break the baseball 2 different ways. That slider didn't break as much. That's why Schwarber was able to give it to it. But a 12-6 type curveball and then a sharp breaking slider with occasional changeup.
Another 0-2. He's the kind of guy that if you've got a weakness, he's got a way to expose it.
Yeah, no doubt. He can throw the ball to all 4 quadrants of the strike zone when he's on his game. Look, Schwarber likes the ball top of the zone, but a lot of hitters in this lineup do not. And so he's going to try to change the eye level of the hitters through a variety of different looks in this fastball.
Home with a 1-2. Goes back up there. Schwarber takes it, and the count evens 2-2.
And with the Phillies being a high swing type team, if he makes pitches early, he'll get quick outs. He'll get a lot of strikeouts. And Verlander is coming off of 15 straight hitters he recorded outs in his last game in his postseason start.
They really turned the corner partway through that game against the Yankees. His 2-2 is a breaker that's fouled off. Now, Game 1 of the postseason for Verlander was one of his worst ever in October. He gave up 6 runs on 10 hits to the Mariners. Jordan Alvarez saved him with the walk-off home run, and then got off to a bumpy start against the Yankees. 55 pitches over the first 2 innings, gave up a walk and a double in the third, but then he went on that run you're talking about. Didn't give up a base runner the rest of the way. His 7th pitch to Kyle Schwarber. Hits him looking, and he starts the World Series with a strikeout. So Schwarber's down. The rest of the lineup for the Phillies looks like this. Hoskins will come to the plate now. Then it's JT Realmuto. There was some talk about flipping Realmuto and Harper in the order, but Rob Thompson says, I think that's overthinking it. He sticks with what's gotten him here. Castellanos and Bohm following Harper. Then the rookie Stott with Gene Segura and Brendan Marsh.
Well, we talked about the different breaks that he can put on his breaking pitch. This one goes down in the inner part of the plate and just covers the strike zone.
Ball.
And what he's going to try to do against Hoskins and a lot of right-handers who struggle with the breaking ball, which Hoskins has. You see the 5 home runs. He got hot late. Look for left field of both these ballparks to play a huge part. Now, left field here is pretty unique. It's short, and that's where a lot of hitters want to go.
Hoskins loves to pull the ball over there. Gets under this one. Sky high to center field for Chas McCormick. 2 up, 2 down in this first inning. But the defense behind Verlander is one of the clear strengths and one of the clear advantages in this series for the Astros when you're looking at these teams head-to-head. Alvarez and Tucker flanking McCormick. Left side of the infield, Bregman and the rookie Pena, who's been one of the best defenders in baseball this year. Altuve's at second, Gurriel's at first, and Martin Maldonado does the catching.
Well, here's what we're looking at right here. Short little Crawford box wall there. That's a place where a lot of left-handed and right-handed hitters can go. But center field in both these ballparks is where the pitchers want to keep the ball. A lot of room in center field, right and left field, a lot of home runs.
JT Realmuto, these are the top 2 home run hitting teams this postseason. Realmuto's got a couple of them. One of them an inside the park homer for one of the most complete players in baseball, the Phillies catcher. On a 1-0 from Verlander, Realmuto watches a curve dip a little bit low.
And see, that's what he wants to do. He wants the corners, he wants the curveballs to get the eyes of the hitters leaking one way and then bust them with a fastball. Top of the zone fastball, and these breaking balls are going to change the rhythm of the offense.
Here's his 2-0 pitch. That's high, ball 3. Well, these Phillies saw Justin Verlander back on October 4th, and he fired 5 no-hit innings against him. Struck out 10 over those 5 innings. Now, granted, it was the day after the Phillies clinched their postseason spots. Already hard enough to face Verlander. Probably some blurred vision going on after the party. 3-0 pitch, strike 1.
Well, Verlander of old could throw it 99 to 100, and one thing that made him special is he would have that velocity late. I've called him a 10-speed bike because he had speeds that he could get and rev up. He might be 7 or 8 speeds now when he's 39 years old, but he still knows how to change velocity and location.
Here's his 3-1. Just caught the corner and the count goes full. And we saw him reach back against New York. He touched 98.5 against the Yankees. So he sits 94-95, but he can fire it in there when he needs to.
He can. There's that straight over the top delivery. He catches the corner on a 3-1 pitch. Now it brings in a breaking ball if he wants, based on the kind of hitter that JT is.
Verlander looking for a 1-2-3 first. Poke to right. Tucker's there. That's the inning. Astros come to bat in game 1 when you come back.